Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas. We're here at day 12. My name is Roger. I'm the founder and CEO of TriVision Global and the Entrepreneur's Pit Stop. And I have the distinct honor and privilege to share with you today Barbara J. Stepp, who's an NLP and DHE master trainer. She's a premier coach, a consultant, a clinical hypnotherapist, and she teaches no-fault psychology and other than conscious communication, as well as operates a school of hypnosis where she teaches and certifies in hypnosis. She's been in the personal development field for over 45 years. She's often called the fairy godmother of NLP, and she's the NLP granny and legendary Barb. She was willed no-fault psychology and other than conscious communication by its founder and her life and professional partner, Dr. Dave Dobson. So today, her program is entitled The 12 Steps to a Delightful 2016. So Barbara, thank you for being on the program. Welcome, and we are excited to have you here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. I think before I get into all of these 12 steps, I'd just like to let everyone know that I have a Christmas gift for you that you're going to be able to download at the end of this presentation. It's an MP3 meditation on creating what you want. I think you'll find it very useful, and you can get that at the end of the presentation. Now, I've worked with thousands upon thousands of people, helping them to create and achieve their goals. And one of the things that I've discovered is that so many people find that they have something that maybe holds them back or prevents them from reaching their goals. Throughout my work with people for all these years, we've come to the conclusion that love is obviously the opposite of fear. And what happens is mostly it's fear that keeps people from realizing their hopes, their dreams, their desires, their goals, and achieving them. We're not born with fear. We're not born with fear patterns. We learn them. And we are very critical of ourselves, usually. So, how can we have less fear or none and more unconditional love for ourselves and for others? Well, take a moment and imagine that you are your own best friend and ask yourself, how do I know when I feel that fear? What you're doing is discovering those visceral sensations that let you know that, and you're creating an early warning system that lets you steer your own boat, so to speak, or choose your own responses as a response-able adult. You can also take a deep breath and let out a sigh. Get curious, and with some humor, smile really big and say, I wonder what that's about. Because when we bring it into our awareness, we lessen the limiting pattern's power. But then you can do something else. Do anything else. We call that a pattern interrupt. And you can ask a question like, what's the best thing for me to do right now? You can learn new patterns to create whatever you want. And be aware. We need to be aware of our internal and external language, which is conscious. Our language creates our reality, and it's the mirror of the mind. So forget about limiting language and use resourceful, positive, productive words, and experience more positive, productive, valuable feelings, which are more motivating. Another step, I've already given you several, is to use a simple method to set goals. This is what I've used for years, and this is one of the things that I offer to um, my clients to help them reach their goals. If you take a moment and you write this down, 1, what do I want? There's your goal. 2, why do I want it? There are feelings that you get as a result of achieving this goal, and those feelings put power behind the goal. Then you can ask yourself, how? How will I get it? That's the big picture of the process. And then you chunk down really small to the steps you're going to take to actually do it, to achieve the goal. Now, we have a conscious mind and an other than conscious mind, sometimes called the unconscious by people. They're still the same. What I see our other than conscious mind as is our higher self. It's not judgmental. It's very literal, so be careful what you say, or what you ask for, or what you say after I am or I want. It loves us unconditionally. The sole job of our other than conscious mind is to make sure you and I are the most well-functioning, fulfilled humans that we can be. Now, with that in mind, before you go to sleep at night, focus on what it is that you want. What is your goal or goals? And you can tell your other than conscious mind what you want. And while you're sleeping, your other than conscious will take care of the job and will handle it. Because, remember, your other than conscious mind is on the job 24/7, always there for you to help you be the best you can be. Now, after you've done these, don't be surprised. Don't be delightfully surprised, as I often am, when you receive ahas and ideas, and you start becoming more creative with your hopes, your dreams, your desires, your goals. Because you will start getting more and more creative. I have experienced this with myself and with thousands of people that I've worked with over these 45 years or so. And of course, the last step, excuse me, is to use the MP3 as you will. I think you'll find it extremely helpful in being able to create the goals and achieve the goals that you want to achieve in 2016. So I say to you now, enjoy 2016 and unconditional self-love. It starts with you, and it has the ripple effect, and that unconditional love goes out to the rest of humanity. So, enjoy your wonderful 2016. Have a marvelous one. And thank you very much for allowing me to present these ideas to you.
No, thank you, Barbara. That's a really wonderful ideas, and they're so helpful too. I know you've kind of given me the opportunity to have one of those cassettes personalized for me, and that has been such a joy to listen to it daily. Let me ask you this. What's your focus right now as we transition from 2015 to 2016?
Well, obviously I'm already starting now. I've started already, and I suggest to everyone who has hopes, dreams, goals you want to create in 2016, start now. My focus is right now on my one-year program. It's a program that has 1 year of coaching and mentoring, but it also has many courses and classes that are both online and that are in person with me. So you work with me personally always, and you get to learn NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. You get to learn and get certified in hypnosis. You get to learn no-fault psychology, which is very powerful and other than conscious communication, as well as more. It's my fondest. It's the program I'm the fondest of because it's helped so many people over so many years. Um, there aren't a lot of people around the world who get to work with me one-on-one, and this is a perfect opportunity. And I love people, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And my second one is my Master Leader program, which is a program where I do a live call every month, teaching something I think that's very practical and useful, skills for now and for the future. Um, so those are the things I'm focusing on the most. And of course, I'm always coaching and doing private client work.
Right, right. So what are some of the benefits that people walk away with, when they go through the program and they work with you? What can they experience firsthand?
Oh, there's so much. They experience how to be more aware, uh, notice more about themselves, and begin to get in touch with themselves and realize uh, that they get to know themselves better and better and better. They build skills that they can use in whatever profession they're in, skills for effective and outstanding communication. And of course, they learn how to feel better or to feel really good most of the time. Those are some of the things. There's so many skills that I could list, but becoming an excellent, very effective communicator is one of the top ones.
Mm-hmm. And I know, having worked with you too, the confidence that comes from being able to control your own feelings and direct your own thoughts in the way you want to go, as opposed to careening from wall to wall, as Jim Rohn used to say, is a tremendous gift. And the peace that one experiences in working with you is unsurpassed. Yes. It's such a joy.
Thank you. Most people experience that and tell me that. And most people come to me really not in charge. They're not in charge of their own responses or their own thoughts, their own words, their own language, even the fear that they have. When they walk away from my 1-year program, they have that.
Mm-hmm.
And more.
Yeah, I can attest to that. So let me ask you, as we transition from 2015 into 2016, can you share a belief that motivates you to be as creative and inspirational as you are?
Well, I can share a couple of things really quickly. My life's mission, my purpose in life, is now and has always been to create a loving and powerful difference in the world and inspire people to live their dreams. That's my goal. That's what I live for. And one of the beliefs I have, I kind of borrowed from Helen Keller a long, long time ago, when she said, life is either a daring adventure or it is nothing. So I have a belief that life is an adventure, and so am I. And as you know, it's gotten me through a lot of challenges that I've had, We all go through them, no matter who we are.
Right, right. It reminds me of that quote that, and I'm just paraphrasing it, it says, life is not to arrive at the end safely and secure, but rather to pull up to come skidding up to the curb all banged up, bruised up, and say, wow, what an adventure.
That's right, and that's what I believe.
Well, now, how can people follow up with you, Barbara, if they want to learn more and they want to get involved in either the 1-year program or the Master's Leaders program? What's the best way to take the next step with you?
Well, the best step, I think, or the best thing to do first would be to check out my website. And my contact information is on it. So anybody wants to talk to me personally about the one-year program or anything, I always welcome the calls. I love to talk with you. So my website is simply excelquest.com. That's excelquest.com.
Now, is there a particular place on your website that you'd like to have them go? I mean, something specific that you want them to focus on? I mean, obviously we want them to look at all the, the content that's there. It's very rich with valuable information. Is there a place you'd like to direct them specifically?
Well, they can read about my work, what I do. They can read about hypnosis and coaching. They can read about no-fault psychology other than conscious communication, NLP, design human engineering, and they can also simply go to my calendar. My calendar is on the website. So you can just go to the calendar and you'll see everything that I do. That's all listed for the entire year. I have the whole 2016 planned already.
That's a good thing. So many people run into 2016 with just New Year's resolutions, and they fail to plan out the whole year, and they miss out on such a joyous adventure. So
New Year's resolutions don't work.
Right. About 15 to 30 days into the new year, they're right back where they were before.
Yeah, and that's when I get a lot of calls for help.
So on a quick side note, unpack a little bit for us, if you can, no-fault psychology and other than conscious communication. What's that really all about, and how does it help the individual to learn that skill?
Well, my husband, who's no longer with us, Dr. David Dobson, was a psychologist, and he started out as a Freudian, as most do, and he realized he wasn't helping people as much as he wanted to, and he was a people helper. He loved people. So he started working on and coming up with a better way to help his patients. So he came up with no-fault psychology, which is the exact polarity of Freudism. In other words, you know what Freud said, everything is somebody else's fault. It's your mother's fault, your father's fault, your preacher's fault, whatever. According to no-fault psychology, it's not your mother's fault or your father's fault, your minister, your priest. It's not even your fault, right? It's nobody's fault. What we can do is look at mistakes that we've made and go, okay, well, now how can I do this better? How can I move forward and create the life that I want? And underneath that, as part of no-fault psychology, is other than conscious communication. And what that tells us is that we have a conscious mind and an other than conscious mind. And our language, of course, is conscious, and everything else is other than conscious. So we learn how to pay attention to other people's other than conscious patterns of behavior and how to pay attention to our own. And within the field, what I do in my classes is I teach you how to connect with anyone in an instant by respectfully acknowledging a piece of their other than conscious behavior. And most of us aren't aware of our own. And that's the simplest explanation I can give you. It entails an entire body of knowledge and wisdom and experience and skills to help oneself as well as to add value to other people's lives. It's all about being a loving, caring, a person with unconditional love as an effective communicator.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it. I know we don't have time for me to give you the whole rundown, which is why I didn't go into great detail on anything. I was trying to be respectful of time.
Well, we appreciate that, and it's amazing because it sounds like really what you're doing is giving people the manual on how to run their brain. Because when we're born, we really don't realize that we have the power to make decisions, and with those decisions come results, be it good, be it bad. So once we're given that personal control of our own brain, we can learn from our mistakes and then progress and develop into incredible individuals and human beings.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly so.
Well, thank you, Barbara. It was such a joy to be able to have you on today's call, and we'll look forward to...
May I say one last thing?
Yes, please do. Share one last final thought for us.
Okay. Forget about New Year's resolutions. They don't work. What you want to do is create what you desire, your hopes, your dreams, your goals. What do you want to create in 2016? What do you want to have? Who do you want in your life? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? And use those simple steps that I gave you to figure that out. And start now if you haven't already. Don't wait till 2016. Do it now and have an adventurous 2016.
So true. So true. Yeah, why put off what you can do today? Thank you, Barbara. It was a pleasure.
You're very welcome.
Well,
It's my pleasure.
You have a beautiful 2015, a very Merry Christmas, and look forward to working with you in 2016 and all the wisdom you have to share.
Well, I wish the same to you, and a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone who's listening to this.